If you're like me, you love your Essential Series molds from Duo Molds, but there are times you want that shiny look like you get from a CNC mold. And in this video, I'm gonna show you an incredibly easy way to get more shine out of your Essential Series molds from Duo Molds. Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm Matt Luna for anybody new, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you a simple, easy way to get that shine out of your Essential Series Duo Molds. We're not painting the mold, we're not modifying the mold, we're using a super simple spray that probably all of us have in our house already to make these baits shine. In order to truly get that before and after look, I'm gonna make one run of baits without the spray, and then another run of baits with the spray, showing you this entire process so you can make the opinion for yourself whether or not you wanna do this for your own Essential Series Duo Molds. This is the Duo Molds Essential Series Katana Craw mold. 5 cavities on this mold, has vertical pores, which makes pouring laminates very, very easy. Comes in at $92. It's a 3-inch bait, and you cannot beat $92 for a 5 cavity soft plastic bait mold. So in today's video, we're gonna be using remelts to make these Katana Craws, and we're gonna get the clamps put on our mold right now. And I like to offset the direction of my clamps so that way it keeps my mold nice and straight. So we're gonna put the clamp on right now, just like that, offset with our clamps so that way the mold stays straight up. We're gonna get our remelts ready to go, and then we're gonna pour some of these baits. All right, so it looks like our Plastisol is ready to go. We're gonna be using the 6-ounce injector from Duo Molds. You wanna use a bigger injector for these multi-cavity molds that some of these Essential Series molds are. So we're gonna draw up this Plastisol. Move this out of the way. The mold. And then when you do this, you don't wanna have too much pressure because you can get some flashing. You just gotta have like firm pressure is how I like to call it. So that way you fill up all the cavities, but you don't have too much pressure. And that's why you want to tighten everything down, is just to avoid that flashing. And this 6-ounce injector gives you plenty of Plastisol to get all 5 of these baits. And then we're going to go back over to top off all these sprues here in a second once we're done with this 5th Katana Craw. Top everything off. And we'll pour everything back into the cup. Okay, so it's time to take these baits out and check them out. And remember, this pour did not have any of the spray inside the mold. However, there might be some residual spray from past pours in there, so they might show up a little bit shinier than you might have expected based on your own use of these Essential Series molds. They're a little bit on the duller, flat, matte side, which is normal for these baits and for these molds. I don't have any complaints with it, but other people definitely want to go and try to get that shiny look out of these baits. And in the next pour, I am going to have the spray inside the mold, and then at the very end of the video, I will show you the actual spray that I am using. I like to put something down on top of the workbench, and then I'm going to take that spray and just lightly coat the mold. Then I'm going to take a paper towel and dab some of that spray off of the mold. So you're going to definitely need to make sure that your mold is tight and you don't put too much pressure, because with this spray you have a tendency to get more flashing than you do without the spray. Okay, so it's time to run these baits with the spray inside of our mold. So we're going to draw up the Plastisol again in our larger injector. Move our Plastisol out of the way. Even pressure down. You're going to hold that pressure, but again, do not over pressure these cavities because you will end up with flashing. We're just going to go through and do each individual cavity. And these baits should be coated with that spray when you take them out of the mold, and that should give them that more shiny look that we're going for, something closer to what you would get out of your traditional CNC molds. But this simple trick makes this less than $100 5 cavity mold just as productive as a 5 cavity CNC mold. I think you guys are going to be very, very surprised at the quality of baits we get in this pour. All right, so it's time to take off the clamps and check out our Katana Craws. These should have a nice, good shine to them. It's get this mold open, and they do, just like I told you guys they would. Let's get them back in their spots here. There you go, guys. Nice, shiny Katana Cross, 5 cavities in a less than $100 mold. We just didn't get completely filled down here, but not bad overall. They definitely have that nice shine to them. One thing I do like to do is I like to dab the baits with the paper towel just to get any of that spray off of our baits. They still stay shiny after we dab them with the paper towel. We're about to set up the light box to get a side-by-side comparison between the Katana Craws that were sprayed and the ones that were not sprayed. But first, I want to remind you, I got a product list down in the description with my Do It Molds affiliate link. Please do that link if you go to the Do It Molds website so they know that I sent you. I'm also going to put a link down to the spray that we used in this video so that way you guys can get it for yourself and try it out. Also, guys, let me know down in the comments section what you guys think about this method, whether it's better than some of the alternatives that are out there, and also what you think of these Katana Craws. The Katana Craws from the sprayed mold are on the left, and the Katana Craws from the unsprayed mold are on the right. I think you can definitely tell a difference between the two different baits. I think the Katana Craws that were out of the sprayed mold definitely have more light reflection coming off of them. I also think the color's a little bit more crisp on the sprayed mold versus the unsprayed mold. Now, when it comes to actually catching fish, I think it's probably a toss-up, but if you're somebody that's selling baits, it might be worth spraying that mold in order to get that little bit more crispness, a little bit more shine that people are accustomed to seeing. However, when it comes to actually catching fish, I don't think it's going to make a difference. The Do It Molds Essential Series molds are great budget options, and they make awesome baits. And if you use a simple cooking spray like we did in today's video, you're going to get a nice shine on those baits. I'm going to leave a link to the cooking spray down in the description of today's video, along with a product list and the link to the Do It Molds website. And if you guys want to watch me make some slick shiners with another Do It Molds Essential Series mold, make sure to click on the screen right now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.